Kasha. I have the privilege of serving as the International Training Director for the Silva Method, now going into my 42nd year. And today we'd like to talk to you about intuition, my favorite topic and really the heart and soul of what the Silva Method is about. We've had so many questions about how do you know the difference between wishful thinking and intuition? Or how do I know that I can really trust that I'm having an intuitive impression, or maybe just being fearful? So I'd like to offer you today some focusing principles. Over these years, things that I found help us to awaken our intuition and awaken it with a feeling of certainty and confidence. So the first thing is, in order to distinguish the difference between wishful thinking and intuition you can count on, it's important to have evidence, feedback from the past when you have been accurate, when you have had an intuitive insight that has proven to be valuable and accurate. And it's something that you want to refer to and practice with, and to develop as many of those, we call them points of reference, with respect. So before we go any further on that, let's just look at some of the points of reference, or the focusing principles, better yet, for breakthrough intuitive living. And the first is, we need to clear a path to our higher self. We need to allow ourselves to be more open to these intuitive insights. And perhaps one of the simplest and most important would be relaxation. Being free of worrisome thoughts, being free of preoccupation with our bills or a family squabble. So relaxation techniques, you're practicing with your meditation, keeping calm and focused and relaxed, even under pressure, is an essential ingredient to more naturally get into the flow of intuitive insights. A second focusing principle that I'd recommend to you would be, why? What's important to you? You got to have a clear intention. What are your values? How do you want to utilize it? It's been observed that when we have a clear intention, when we are in alignment with our deepest values, no problem activating our intuition. We need to give ourselves some sort of goal or target or focus, whether it be making a better decision, whether it be making an investment, whether it be understanding someone better, a client or person, with respect to that. So, if we take those two first and compare that, is think of some times when you've had some experience where you thought you knew what you knew, but you were way off. You thought you were having an intuitive impression, and it turned out to be, like for example, when people go to play the lottery, or they're gambling. Often people think, oh yes, this is my lucky day, this is my number. And it turns out to be nothing more than wishful thinking. Or maybe people go to make an investment in the stock market, or they have an idea. Even though you may not have succeeded, it may have proven to be off, it's really very valuable, because what counts is to learn from that mistake. And if you compare the feeling you had, or the visual pattern, or maybe it was a thought popped into your head, you'll notice that there's a distinctive difference when you compare it to when you were accurate. You had an impression that was on the money. So think for a moment. Can you remember a time when you had a feeling that maybe the phone rang, you knew who was on the other end? Or maybe you had a thought to call somebody or to contact somebody. And then when you do reach them, they say, oh, I was thinking of you. It's funny you should call. I've been trying to reach you. It may sound oversimplified, but it really isn't. Those kinds of insights prove to be points of reference that you can compare and contrast to when you're off. And you're going to begin to notice a pattern in your thinking, a pattern in your feeling. It's really hard for me to put into words for you, because it's so personal. What you want to do is quiet yourself and take some time to reflect on that difference and compare them while you're in a quiet, relaxed state. And you begin to notice there's a different feeling, or there's a different image, or there's a different sensation. It varies from person to person. So I hope you find this helpful.